Okay, Ken, here's some video of you from Friday. Um, Here we're seeing some really nice cross-forward strokes to generate forward momentum from a mostly stopped position in the eddy. That allows you to switch to your onside right there, little pry, and stay on your forward for crossing the eddy line. The trim, if you will, there's a couple things keeping your bow up out of the water. One is you have a really nice upright torso on your onside, meaning that your chin is over your saddle really well, rather than over your knees on your reach. Also, it does look like the trim of your boat is back a little, meaning that the bow is up a little bit from the stern in terms of how deep it is in the water. I believe that's because you're hanging your bow over a wave trough right there. That allows you to keep your boat relatively flat, stay on this stern pry. Interestingly, as you take that next forward stroke, maybe an instinct to continue building momentum across an eddy line, I think it actually plows you into the back face of this wave. So if you watch how quickly your bow starts to turn around after this one forward stroke. Forward, and the bow starts to get out of control a little bit. And that leads to a sort of reactive crossover. Inherently, it's not bad to bury your bow. That can serve you. In fact, a crossover in anticipation of that bow burying as it's starting to right there could give you a really nice side slip if you were on, say, a cross bow draw to the hip with a power face open to the front of the boat. Nice long cross forward, a little bit of a bow draw to spin you around. Really nice sequence of forward strokes here, keeping your chin over your saddle on your onside. Please hang on to that. That's really nice. Let's watch that. Nice twist to reach. Minimal lean forward in that reach. Nice targeting of your vision. And look at that draw to the hip that we were talking about. I think you could, like I was describing, plant your draw at your hip, slice it forward to your bow to increase the turning power or tighten your turning radius, or more as Kent was describing, you could start with a catch on that bow draw a little further forward, and when you realize that you've had enough turn, you could slice it back towards the hip like you have it there. Let's watch how this progresses. There's your pry at the hip to slow you down. It keeps your bow up out of the water. And watch as you take this next stroke, it actually loads your bow a little more right there by having pulled you further forward into the back of the other wave. It starts to affect your angle pretty quickly. For this maneuver, that works. A slightly faster anticipation of the switch to the cross on that. Long cross stroke, a little bit of a brace into a pry. Mostly keeps you off the rock for a second there. Nice sculling pry to reposition, set you up for acceleration coming back across the eddy line. Bow is nice and proud out of the water as you cross the eddy line. Nicely done.